Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're breaking down the powerful and gut-wrenching events of Season 6, Episode 7 of The Handmaid's Tale. If you haven't seen the episode yet, consider this your official spoiler warning. Let's dive right into the ending, the betrayal, and what June's final decision means for the future of Gilead. June Osborne, our indomitable heroine, finds herself drowning in guilt after realizing the truth. Nick, the man she once loved, told Commander Wharton about the Mayday plan involving the Jezebel girls. For June, the betrayal hit harder than any bullet ever could. She had trusted Nick. Again, she had believed in his goodness, despite knowing he was part of a broken system. But when she overheard Wharton praise his loyal son-in-law, reality struck hard. Nick might have loved June, but he loved his power more. Nick once told June that he was nothing before Gilead, invisible in the old world. But in Gilead, he was somebody. A commander. A man with rank and control. And maybe, just maybe, he couldn't let that go. June saw through his excuses. Nick claimed he was trying to protect her, that he told Wharton the Jezebel girls were innocent. But the result was the same. Bodies on the floor. And in that moment, June knew their story was over. Without a word, June stepped out of the car, leaving behind the man who once risked everything for her. In her eyes, Nick had become one of them. Gilead had consumed him. While June wrestled with betrayal, Janine was enduring horror of her own. Jezebel's had become a bloodbath. All the women, executed on Wharton's orders. All except Janine. Commander Bell saved Janine, but not out of mercy. He saw her as property, his handmaid, a prize to exploit. He beat her, abused her, used her, and because she was his assigned handmaid, no one could interfere, not even Aunt Lydia. Aunt Lydia's heartbreak was clear as she watched Janine from a distance, her face bruised, her spirit shattered. She wanted to help, but in Gilead, even Lydia was powerless against a commander's will. Broken and ashamed, June returned to Mayday's camp expecting nothing, and that's exactly what she received. Her fellow rebels no longer trusted her. She had failed the mission. She had trusted the wrong person, and she was ready to give it all up. She even began packing to return to Alaska, to live a quiet life with her daughter and her mother. She believed Luke no longer loved her, and that she was nothing more than a failed soldier. But Moira wouldn't let her walk away so easily. She reminded June, no one survives Gilead without scars. Trusting Nick wasn't a weakness, it was human. Luke, too, hadn't given up on her. Despite the pain, despite the failures, he still wanted to fight for their family. Just as June was about to leave, Commander Lawrence showed up. He had a proposition. He was angry, frustrated. The Jezebel plan had failed, and so had his own schemes. But he wasn't done yet. He came with information. Serena was getting married to Wharton in Boston. A public wedding, broadcast globally, with handmaids and attendants to display unity. It was the perfect storm. A vulnerable moment. A gathering of the highest commanders. And perhaps the last chance to strike. That's when June's fire reignited. She saw the opportunity, and this time, she wouldn't walk away. The plan was risky. It involved smuggling weapons to the handmaids attending the wedding. Moira and June would dress as handmaids and enter Gilead. Luke would assist with the explosives left over from their previous mission, hoping to create enough chaos for a military raid. Even Rita, the once quiet Martha, was in. She had seen enough. Gilead had fooled her one too many times. Lawrence gave her toxic vials to poison the food served at the wedding. Meanwhile, to keep Aunt Lydia out of the picture, he sent her on a fake mission to Washington, D.C., promising reform for retired handmaids. Aunt Ruth, a quiet sympathizer, helped sneak June and Moira into the Red Center. But when June learned that Janine wouldn't be at the wedding, her focus shifted. She was going to rescue her friend, even if it meant going off plan. The episode ends on a knife's edge. June and the Mayday Army are all in. They know the cost. If they fail, they die. But if they succeed, the system might finally collapse. Thousands of women, years of oppression, generations of fear, all hanging by a thread.